What was life like in Tonga after the eruption? The following morning was a Sunday, and it was a quiet day. In the morning I had a look around and just saw how much ash had fallen. An even covering of dust, ash and little stones covered everything. When it was wet, it was very sticky. The government gave permission to be able to work on a Sunday, so we were able to clean up the paths. That's a lot of cleanup. Sweeping up a aftermath of a volcano, so you just know that. On Monday morning, I was a little bit worried, just hoping that it's not a big eruption again, thinking that there might be another eruption. Cloud forming over it. But one of the first jobs to do was to clean the roof so that we could start catching water again in our tanks. Roof cleaning was something that had to be done by nearly everybody in Tonga. It was a big job. Sweeping it off was really hard. Not so bad first thing in the morning, but as the sun got to it, it would form a little crust and it would get really hot on the roof. This work in the hot sun, it was very difficult with PPE equipment, with a mask on, trying to stay hydrated. It was really intense. I had to try and get all of this volcanic ash and rocks off the roof and try and not get it in the gutters. We had to seal off the downpipes so that when it rained or when we cleaned the roof, it wouldn't all get into our water supply. Over there's a bee nest in the corner. I think I covered it up with those covers and they're looking how to get in. Another work hazard to add. So after sweeping it, we water blasted, and over a period of weeks we had to clean out the gutters as best we could so we could start catching water again. All the car parks, roads had to be swept and it had to be put into bags. Oh, where? So whenever the wind blew, oh no, there'd be just dust everywhere. Everyone would be covered up. Traveling on the roads was just a dust storm. And slowly over time, with people cleaning the roads outside of their property and with the rain, it sort of cleared up. So just today there's been a Hercules flying around, doing a little bit of a survey perhaps, maybe dropping off some supplies. Looked like it was cruising overhead with the back door down. Tonga's runway had to be swept, which was done by firemen and the army and village volunteers. Tonga is going to be a nation of professional sweepers. These guys were wise doing it at night. I remember spending a whole day scraping a road with a shovel. It was hot, hard work. Rain helped keep the dust down and clean our gutters and roofs a little. After a week I was able to drive by some of the heavier hit places. This is in Sopu, where the tsunami came through. A lot of damaged places and people are still living here. After a week we had some boats come through. They were able to bring some water and supply water, because initially in the first few days after the volcano, water became almost scarce. This was a house in Batangata that got hit by the tsunami. Basically all of their belongings inside was destroyed. It just had to be thrown out. the dust on the power lines was creating some problems. So after the power was restored, they had to turn it off for a time to clean sections, and they'd get like a big crew from the power company and just go through doing a lot of cleaning in different sections. This is Tonga's rubbish dump. It's a little bit unusual. You drive in, there's nowhere to turn at the end, but you just go and find a spot, dump out your rubbish, and either find a place to turn around somehow, or do what I do and just reverse all the way back out and up the wet, slippery mud. Apparently once this used to be, I think, a quarry. It used to be deep, but it's slowly filling up. On the 3rd of February there was a press conference announcing a lockdown. COVID had once again entered the country and there was no internet either. Well, the press conference just released that there's going to be another 14 days of lockdown in addition to the 3 days we've already had. We won't be short on water, so that's good. After lots of heavy rain over a few weeks, this is what was left. Here's a little sample on our car park. You can see these little rocks, and some of them are quite shiny, like maybe glass or silica or something. Helicopters were used to help transfer donated materials, and also to go to outer island groups to try and set up satellite communications, or even just communications. For a long while, people would communicate messages to those in the outer islands by means of the radio, either sending announcements or message greetings to family members, wishing them the best, because there was no way to communicate with them for such a long time. So that was life in Tonga after the volcano. Lots of cleaning, lots of work, not much communication. That's how it was.